Good morning. This is Abhirami, Tyagarajar College of Engineering, Madurai. This activity is submitted for the International FDP on Environment and Sustainability. The topic is Sustainable IT Infrastructure, ISO Standards and Carbon Footprint Calculation for a Computer Laboratory. After learning through this video, the students will articulate different ISO standards and their purpose, demonstrate energy efficient practices in a computer laboratory, calculate carbon footprint emission from the computer laboratory. There are many ISO standards available to manage environment, energy and health and safety of workers. ISO 14001-2015 talks about environment management system. It deals with how an organization interacts with an environment. It identifies the potential environment impact that an organization creates. The impacts are continuously monitored and measured, and its low values are analyzed. ISO 50001-2018 is for energy management system. It measures how an organization uses their renewable, non-renewable energy. It helps the organization to implement various policies for energy efficiency, use and consumption. These data is continuously monitored and measured and helped for continuous improvement for the organization. ISO 45000-2018 gives guidelines for safety and health measures that need to be given for a worker and for his workplace. How can we integrate these ISO standards with the QMS ISO 9001-2015 for an educational institution? ISO 9001-2015 has 10 classes. In this, class 4 sets the context of the organization. Using the internal and external stakeholder interaction, the educational institution can define their strategic objectives. Class 5 talks about the commitment from senior management to the QMS. Class 6 defines the planning. In this class, the organization has to identify key processes and the performance indicators for each process. One such key process could be the laboratory maintenance process. Class 7 talks about the supporting process. Here, an educational institution can bring in environment management system, energy management system, workplace and workforce development to the scope of its QMS. Class 8 talks about the operations, various standard operating procedures, the sub-activities, roles and responsibilities of each process owner. The data acquisition mechanism have to be clearly defined by this class. Performance evaluation is given by the class 9. The various data have to be collected, their values have to be analyzed and periodic reviews have to be conducted. Green audit is recommended for all the educational institutions nowadays. Class 10 talks about the improvement. The various measurement analysis, the metrics analysis have to be analyzed and the root cause analysis have to be done, and to improve the value, improvement plan has to be designed and it has to be implemented for all the departments. Here, project laboratory maintenance is elaborated. How does a academic laboratory can do its processes so that it has minimal impact to the environment? The various activities include hardware upgrade and maintenance. So the purchase of new equipments, they have to ensure 3-star or 5-star energy efficient devices, and the power supply maintenance. Software upgrade and maintenance. Periodical software updates, patches, releases have to be updated in all the computer systems. Monitoring and measurement. All these hardware and software related activities have to be periodically monitored, it has to be logged, and the energy consumption by these computer devices systems have to be measured and analyzed. Some of the initiatives taken by the Government of India against the environment impact. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change takes the in charge for all the approvals for the projects and the authorization. Ministry of Earth Science related to protection of people and the other resources from the natural hazards. It has some of the divisions like NCCR, National Center for Coastal Research, and carry out research related to environmental science. There is another body, namely State Pollution Control Board, and it gives clearance certificate at the state level. There are many more ministries and the agencies, government and non-government agencies, which gives approvals and clearances for any projects which impacts the environment. This slide describes the carbon footprint calculation for a computer laboratory data analytics. The details are shown here. This lab runs 2 batches per day, and each batch has 36 students, and per week 3 days 6 sessions is scheduled, and for a month 4 weeks scheduled or planned. In this calculation, only computer systems are considered for the calculation, not the electrical appliances like fan, tube light, etc. This table demonstrates the energy consumption per hour and the daily usage by different computer equipments like workstation, monitor and the printer in different modes like working mode, on mode, and sleep mode and off mode. The calculation is done and it has been determined that total energy consumption per day comes to 344.6 watts for these 3 devices, that is 36 workstation, 36 monitors and 1 printer available in the laboratory. So monthly it has been increased to 4135.2 watts. So the carbon footprint emission due to consumption of electricity in kg of carbon dioxide is calculated by consumption of energy in kilowatt hour per year multiplied by the emission factor. In India, emission factor for electricity consumption is 0.82. Monthly energy consumption is 4.1352 kilowatt hour. So the annual carbon dioxide emission from this lab is calculated to 40.69 kg of carbon dioxide. So this value is an average value. It may be calculated for other laboratories available in the educational institution. The values like this SMPS replacement requirement, UPS battery replacement requirement can be given to the students as an awareness. So mostly SMPS are replaced in a lab for many of the computers. It depends on the usage of SMPS, depends on how effectively we are using the PC. High core 24/7 computer, the SMPS may be changed to in 2-4 years. Home PC, it may require its SMPS to be changed in 5 to 8 years. Generally, the computer system has to be given a good power backup supply. If we give low powered computer, then it may destroy the hard disk. If there is any power surge or hike in the power supply, then it may spoil the electronics inside the PC. So we need to give stabilized power to the computer system. Having educated these sustainable practices to the students, we can make them to use the following practices in their daily life. Power off PC during night time and weekends. Turn off monitor while going out. It saves 2 by 3 computers energy. Blank screensaver uses no energy. Joint use of printers for 3 to 4 labs can be recommended. Less use of paper for record by students and for file maintenance by faculty. Pair programming can be insisted among students during their lab sessions. One computer can be used by 2 persons. We need to create awareness among students and faculty, and the periodical recognitions or awards can be given to them for a motivation factor. Sustainability process. How can we sustain these practices? We need to create awareness among students and faculty. We have to conduct low profile green audit for all laboratories. We have to measure the energy consumption. The trend analysis have to be reported and published in notice boards, and recognition or awards can be given to low energy consumption laboratories. The best practices of those laboratories can be identified and it can be implemented in all the laboratories. This is how we can sustain the low energy consumption and give less impact to the environment. Thank you.